visual learning. I mean, if you're watching someone use a technique and you're watching them use it successfully in a role or in a competition, you get to see what it looks like. I mean, that really does ingrain in your mind, okay, that's the motion, that's what it looks like, that's what I'm supposed to be mimicking when I'm doing the motion. And that really helps. It helps to have a good visual and mental guide of what it's supposed to look like when it's done correctly. And sometimes that can be hard to do in just an everyday training room. It's hard to sit there in a training room and watch the other people do things perfectly or do things successfully all the time. You'd have to watch tons and tons of rolls. Whereas you can get on a video and either have an instructional where the guy says, look, this is exactly how I do it. This is exactly where I move. This is the timing I look for. Or you can watch competition footage with commentary that explains it. So really well illustrated, man.
Well, you have a good point. And I think what's crazy is like how little of rolling footage and even competition footage there is on YouTube. So there is competition footage, but usually it's I don't know, less like focused. Like it's like two really good guys and it may be like a boring match and you don't see like these specific things happening, or like there's barely any rolling footage on YouTube or that's in good quality. So what I think is really cool and why my channel has done well is because like, you know, it's like close-ups of everything. It's slow motion. You can see everything very clearly. And I think that kind of content's been lacking on YouTube. Like I wish I had like a lot of like clear rolling footage and competition footage to watch when I was coming up. It would have been easier. So I watched like Roy Dean coming up a lot and he had a lot of great stuff. But like, you know, even then it's a lot of times it's like kind of just like a stationary camera. You don't really see close-ups, but great content nonetheless. But yeah, I think that like things are evolving now, and like slow motion is like the best thing for learning jiu-jitsu. I think it's just like, absolutely incredible to be able to slow something down and see it like actually happen, which you can't really see in the gym. So yeah, you see better angles, everything. So yeah, it's crazy how that's like just like now kind of becoming popular, but there's been like years of opportunity for it to be, you know, and no one really did it so much.
Yeah. Well, I love the point that you made too, is that you can play things in slow motion. The other thing is just the value of being able to replay something back again. Like I can't tell you how many times I've watched, just the other day I was watching something that Jeff Glover did. There's a back take that Jeff Glover did on a super heavyweight back at Grappler's Quest like years ago. And I was trying to really ingrain in my mind how he was turning his hips as he did the transition. And so I must have played that on repeat, just those 2 seconds on repeat, probably 50 times. And now I can picture in my head exactly what it looked like, exactly how he moved his hips and exactly where he was throwing his feet and exactly where he was hooking the guy's upper body with his arms in order to take this guy's back. And that's something, again, man, like you could sit there all day long in class and watch the higher level guys train, but being able to play it on repeat and really just burn that into your brain or play it in slow motion, like you said, that's a huge tool, man. And I know that people knock online learning sometimes, but dude, that is a massive tool. It's a massive help to be able to do that, you know?
Exactly. And those people are crazy. Those people are living in the past. Like they don't know, they got crazy thinking, like, you know, because like instructionals and YouTube and all these resources, they should really be like thought of as essential in getting better at jiu-jitsu. Like they should be like, it's like doing your homework. That's what I think of it like. It's like if you don't do your homework in school, you probably will get like between like depending on how smart you are, I guess between like 60 and like 75%. At least that's how I would do. I didn't really do my homework much. And then, you know, but if you do your homework, like the kids that do their homework, they're the ones that get the 80s and the 90s and they excel and get scholarships, all that stuff. They did their homework. So it's like in jiu-jitsu, if you don't do your homework, you don't learn online, and you only you know learn in the gym, you're just not going to get better as quickly. So yeah, it's because like you said, you can like watch it so many times and you can really ingrain it into you a lot better. So yeah, I think it's funny, and people are like, oh, you know, you learn that on YouTube or something, and it's like, yeah, what's wrong with that? You know, there's a lot of great instructors on YouTube. Like you guys have a great channel too, BJJ Fanatics, a lot of free, like amazing free content. And it's like, how can anyone knock learning on YouTube? It's crazy to me. So even back in the day, the same thing. Like, yeah, when I was coming up, I watched so much YouTube, and like, yeah, I remember having this weird, like people saying like viewing that negatively. It's like, I don't get that. Like I did my homework, you know?